My name is Arleen Testa and I'm the area manager for Comfort Care Homes. Well, recently we were unfortunate enough to have a fire here at Glanarave in one of our service users' rooms. As it happened, we haven't long had fire training, and we felt that due to the training we weren't covering our drills properly. So this particular month we'd had 4 drills in this month, and I could see the staff becoming complacent because every time the fire alarm went off they'd say, oh, another drill, another drill. But this particular day the fire alarm went off. I was in the office with the liaison manager and we looked at each other and said, this isn't a drill. We went straight to the panel, which is customary. The person who was in charge at the time, which was me, will coordinate. I said to my deputy, it's upstairs, it's in Cariad, which is the wing where our bedbound clients are. She followed me up the stairs. She said to me, I can smell smoke, it's a fire. She immediately doubled back, shouted downstairs, call the fire brigade, picked 2 carers and said, you and you upstairs evacuate. So I'd gone on up. I went along the corridor. I can't smell smoke, but I can see it coming out of a client's room. I got to be honest, I wasn't as cautious as I should have been. I just opened it. If I'm being honest, I opened the door and just went. I peeked round first, round the corner, because the bed was in the corner on the left, and I could see the bed was on fire, and so was the wallpaper, but the client was lying on her side facing the fire. So I went in and just scooped her up out of the bed and came out, and Chris had followed me, my deputy, and came out and slammed the door because I couldn't close the door. So she followed me up and closed the door. Then she started to evacuate to the right of the room with one of the girls she brought up. One of the other girls held the fire door open for me to run through and put this client onto another bed so that she was in a place of safety. And then she had a little burn to her face, which I'd covered with wet towels. And then I went back with the other 2 carers and we started to evacuate the rest of that wing. I would say that it was pretty quick. Within about 5 or 6 minutes, we'd evacuated 5 clients. It was quite bizarre because we've been having fire training for as long as I can remember. I mean, I've been nursing 40 years, so within those 40 years, you'd know the number of times. After a while, it becomes really sort of complacent. You watch the same old video and you watch the same kind of training. And I know what it's like. I've sat in at fire training and my mind is elsewhere thinking about what I've got to do when I get out of here, what I've got to do. It's the same video, it's the same care home, it's the same scenarios. This training that we'd had only, I think, about 3 or 4 weeks prior to the fire was completely different because it was hands-on. It was evacuation training, which we hadn't really had before, where there were smoking rooms, there were dummies there that we had to remove. And I think it made everybody far more aware of what would happen in that scenario and what your role would be. And I think it made me as a manager more aware of the potential of things going wrong if you don't make sure that that drill then is carried on. It was the best training that we'd ever had because we'd never had that evacuation process actually done like that before. And as I said, it heightened our awareness of where we were in this company and how vulnerable our clients were and our responsibilities. And we felt, talking to the staff, everybody said to me, it's a good job we had that training, wasn't it? It threw it up for us. We managed to go through it. We suddenly understood where we were in this whole scheme of things. So I would say that probably that training was what saved our clients' lives and made us more proactive in that area. Since then, my boss had decided to implement this in all of his other 9 homes, so the 10 homes will now have this company in to do all of their training for them.